Welcome back, everyone, to Pineleaf on Board, where today we'll be playing Aeon's End, which is a game published by Handelabra Games based on the board game by Indie Boards and Games, where today we will be defending Gravehold against a terrible nemesis. Now we're going to start a new game. And in here, we select which nemesis we're going to be fighting, as well as what mages we will be using. So let us start out with our most basic of the nemesis, Rageborne. And let's see, which should we try to face? How about if we take random random mages? What would happen if we get this? It looks like we get Mist and Zai. Now, Zai is a mage that is from One Deck Dungeon. They, as part of a program where Handelabra likes to do crossovers, brought her in and had actually missed. Is also then came across into One Deck Dungeon as a result. So it's had a little bit of a trade deal going on. So that's a perfect pair to be working together here. Now let's choose our supply here. Glass cores. This is actually one that's only in the app implementation to this, because it has this complicated thing where you could use the card only 3 times, and something like that in the physical game would be rather hard to implement. So they put in a couple of cards like that for this particular run in here. Most of these others are ones you can find in the regular game. Leeching Agate, when you gain this, gain 1 charge, gain 2 ability. We'll see them as we go along, as we choose which ones we want. But I think that's all we need to do. Mist and Zai. No. We want this at normal. Let's now go and fight Rageborne. Now, when I play the physical board game, I usually prefer to play with one mage. And when I play it in the app, I am more likely to play it with more than one. Usually I play it with 2 when I'm on the app. So let's see what we have. We start out with Mist. We have random turn order here. So the turn order deck says that it's Mist's turn. And during my turn, I will charge that up. This is a Garnet Shard, where I can either gain 1 or cast any player's prep spells. No players have any prep spells, so obviously I'll do... Oh, actually, I had the Spark. That's why it gave me the option. I was wondering, why is it giving me the option if I have no prep spells? Of course, I just prepped a spell. Now, let's see. Is there anything I could buy here? I could buy an Amplified Vision. Focus your closed breach with the lowest focus cost. Deal 2 damage if all the breaches are open. Now, it's an interesting question. Who would be better as my heavy damage dealer? This ability is... Oh, that wasn't my intent. I was just wanting to hover over it. Yes, any ally can draw 4 cards, which is a nice... So she looks like our good economy focus character. So because of that, I am going to actually buy a gem to help with our economy here. See, gain 2, you may lose 1 durability to gain an additional 1 when it hits 0 durability. Actually, this is good for an economy player, so I'll take that and do that. The idea here is that if you specialize, then maybe get our decks done to the right thing. Okay, Unleash, and he gets a Rage token there. He gets... Unfortunately, got 2 turns in a row, so now he gets his minion in there. Now I have the next 3 turns on one right, because Nemesis gets 2 turns, and each of the 2 players gets 2 turns for a total of 6 in a round. If you have more than 2 players, if you have 3 players, then you have a wild turn and each mage gets 1. And if you have 4 mages, then each mage gets 1 in a round. If you're playing solo, they knock it down to 3. So it makes solo a little bit tougher than the other ones in there. Now, what do we have here? It's all right. It is Xyster, and Xyster, as I said, it's going to be specializing in permanent +1 damage on cast. This is, I think, this breach is... I don't think I can... Right. You have to focus this breach in order to do it. Yes, you have to focus this breach. So it's rather strange. Usually when you open up a breach, it stays open and all. But I don't want to focus that breach in the moment. And flight, gain one that can only be used to gain cards from the Vortex deck. Now she has a special Vortex deck, which has a number of cards that are dealt from there. So we have deal 2 damage. You may lose 1 charge, deal 2 additional damage for Phoenix Flame. Actually, let's play all of these. So I got 5 in all. Oh. So what I'll do is I will get the Phoenix Flame, and I'll use the last 2 to start off my charge. Now here I could cast a Prep Vortex deck spell 3 times and then destroy it. So if I have a spell, because if I look at my discard, I think they mark them with the purple in there. That means, so those are the ones that if I use up my ability, I could fling out a terrible strike against the enemy. And I get to go again with this character. As I said, it's a random order. Let's take care of the Provoker, because we don't want the Provoker to be giving us too much trouble in there. She must have a flight in each of them. She really likes that. Another Phoenix Flame? Am I allowed to look at what's in here? Yeah, Lava Tendrils and a Dark Fire, Chaos Arc, Consuming Void, Radiance. Ah, alright. Since she's not in the main game, I don't know her well as the other ones, but it looks like these go in cost order. I guess that makes sense, because you don't want to be stuck in there. Either that or I could buy anyone I want. Interesting question. What is this? Does this mean... Let's see what happens if I try to buy... No, you can't buy... You have to buy the one that's on top. Alright. Good to know. I know the game reasonably well. As I said, what's in the actual game itself. But Zay, since she is an additional mage that was added by Handelabra, I don't know her as well as the other ones. Let's play the gems. She's my economy player, but I really don't like the idea of keeping that spark there, so I'll just prep that up and... Okay, good. Do we have any hope of dealing with the Provoker before... See, Gravehold suffers damage equal to the number of Fear tokens Rageborne has, which is going to be 2. Currently, Gravehold has 30 here, so that's a little bit of thing. So here it's the Phoenix Flame. So if I can get back up on there. 5 again, but this time we've got a Lava Tendril. Let's see. Well prepped, at the end of your casting phase, deal 1 damage. Right, and you deal 3 damage on as a result of casting the spell. Let's toss that in there and just... Unfortunately, I can't do anything with 1 piece in there. Yeah, I guess that... Oh, and a haze spewer. Wonderful. So they're really stacking on the minions on me today. Well, at least we can get rid of the Provoker. So bye-bye Provoker. That's one thing. What does this guy do? This is... Gravehold suffers damage equal to this minion's current life. Then the minion suffers 1 damage. So I would like to do damage to the... It would have been an advantage then of attacking that instead first. Oh, actually, this is... Oh, that's a... Oh, that's a gem. No wonder. This is... Oh, of course. She's my economy player. So I have all this economy stuff. Right. Let's just play all my gems. I gain or preserve durability. Oh, that's right. This is the one where I gain 2, gain 1, or cast any player's prepped spell. Oh, that'll be useful, actually. That'll be very useful for the thing. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Gain 3. You may discard a card in hand. If you do, any ally draws a card. That's... I think I do want one of those burning opals, and that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I really think it's best for me to do that. That's to cast a prep spell, which is going to be that prep spell. That'll weaken our friend there. And I will buy that. And let's try that. It's important to what order you put in your discards, because when you get to the end of your deck and you just turn it around, you don't reshuffle it, so you maintain the order that you had before, so you could plan things based on that. Now I have I'm stuck here. All right, let's see, because I've got play all gems. I've got only... Oh, that's right. I can still... I probably should have... done this the other way around. I was thinking I was stuck there. I should have probably put the Phoenix Flame in there and the Spark there, so I could just keep the Spark inside there. Let's see, I get... Oh no, I can't do anything with that. I wasn't able to buy anything from the Vortex deck anyway, so that's probably the best way of handling that. And, oh yeah, she's already gone to... So it looks like he's going to go next after that, but I could at least throw them in there. Play the gems. I think I've got enough economy cards. Is there anything in bottle board? Destroy this. Destroy up to 2 cards in your hand or discard pile. Draw a card. Actually, that'd be a good way to getting rid of some of the extra cards in there. So probably bottled vortexes would be a good thing for that. Not usually into all that much card destruction. Unleash. Grateful suffers 3 damage. Right. Now, when the Fury gets up to 4, then at the end of that turn, that's going to do nasty stuff to us. Let's just get rid of this guy. So he draws from the strike deck whenever he ends a turn with at least 4 in there. So we do have to be careful of that little problem there. I think all those are gems, so let's just send the Spark over there. Let's see, so I get 1, 2. You may discard a card in hand, and if you do, any ally draws a card. What does... here we go. She's got a crystal, flight, lava tendril, and spark. She's got 2 spells. You may discard a card from hand if you do. So the question is it worth me discarding a card for this? It looks like all I've got is a... They don't have all that much. I could just toss away one of the crystals and that would be fine. So let's discard that. So she draws a card. And now let's see. We want this or cast any player's prepped spell. We don't have no strong. If we had a minion there that I wanted to get rid of quickly, then I might do that. But here I'd just probably gain that, and do I want to destroy it or this? I've got 4 right now. I've got 4 right now. Sage's Brand. This spell must be prepped to 2 adjacent breaches. This spell clearly occupies both breaches. I don't have enough open breaches in order to cast. Chaos Arc. Deal 3 damage. Deal 2 additional for each prepped spell in an adjacent breach. That's not an optimal spell for... Well, I should start getting my breaches open, I guess so. What I'll do is I'll just play this, preserve durability, and grab that. And there you go. So now let's see what Zay can do. I have to cast the Spark because a spell in a closed breach must be cast immediately. Now here's the Phoenix Flame. You may lose 2 charges to deal 2 additional damage. It's interesting. So we have a choice of doing that or cast Vortex spell 3 times and then destroy it, in which case that will do. But I won't be able to, but that particular spell won't be able to take full advantage of that due to the fact that I'll have an empty charge pool if I did that. So probably the best thing to do here is, yeah, I think losing a charge for that was reasonable. Now, let's see what we got here. Lava Tendril and let's see, we got I did that again, didn't I? Actually, I think I'd rather do is put the Spark into there. Let's play the gems. I've got that. Well, since I went through the trouble of... Let's open that up. Put that into there. That unfortunately left me only 1 left, so not the most optimal use of that. Oh, she gets to go again. Now, let's see. Now this is open. While prepped, at the end of your casting phase, deal 1 damage. So the question is, do I want to just deal 1 damage to there and not think about it? Or actually, how much do I got the Phoenix Flame here. You lose 1 charge to deal 2 additional damage. So, yeah. That's right, she's got the other Phoenix Flame here, so I should really... Alright, let's see. And let's keep the Spark in there. Finish casting. And do you think it'll only be... Yeah. Once again, I got 4. I could use... I could have left that in there and focused that breach. I didn't think about that. Alright, so the flight is done there. You got 5. Dark Fire. Discard up to 2 cards from hand. Deal 3 damage for each card discarded this way. Okie dokie. Rageborne strikes. Alright, that means that it draws a card. The Gravefold suffers 3 damage. Any player suffers 1 damage. Well, there are worse strikes in the Rageborne deck. And let's see. Oh, click on the mage to lose 1. And that's it for the strike. Rageborne goes after this, if I am reading this all right. Destroy this. Destroy up to 2 cards in your hand and discard pile. Draw a card. Now, I currently have nothing in my discard pile, so I could hold on to it, but then I'll only be able to draw 4 cards. And if I play it, then I must activate it. So let's... Oh, I got to first, finish casting. Now, Bottled Vortex. Let's destroy it there. Now let's get... And that's it. So let's play the gems. Now, I have that spell coming up where that Chaos Arc. So I'd like to start getting this number 3 breach open, especially since the number 3 breach is a very important breach. I have nothing to discard, spend 6 mana, unleash twice. Well, Baleful Crux. Discard 2 cards. Alright, so now I've got 2 powers up. And what do those powers do? I'll discuss that in the next episode of Pineleaf on Board.